This is solo hardcore, one of the hardest challenges in TDS. Or is it? Well, today I decided to do it with 2 tower slots. The 2 towers I would be bringing are the military base due to its early game through late game capability, and the swarmer being the best DPS tower in the game. The military base can defend the hidden enemies in hardcore, like the shadow bosses and as well as the soul bosses, and its airstrikes can also be used to kill balloons and lead balloons, which is necessary because Swarmer does not have hidden detection or lead detection or flying detection. Swarmer does, however, very much make up for this, as it can stack insanely high amounts of bees on enemies, dealing thousands of DPS, and it has no placement limit, being able to be spammed efficiently. It is also very cheap, so it does not cost a lot of money to micro it and to just use it in general, because we do not have a lot of eco due to the fact that we're going to need the micro military base airstrikes to kill hidden enemies. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the strategy. So the first thing is that this does require a bug where you need to restart the game in order to gain a higher HP past the base cap of 100, because you're going to need to tank more HP than 100. And I believe the skill tree does give you the extra HP using the overheal upgrade. So that is one bug used in this. Another bug that's used is the military base spawning in Humvees before the game actually starts. But this one is not too major because you can still do the early game without it. Up until wave 10, you are basically just focusing on military base. You want to get a level 3 to be able to kill wave 10. And then after that, the next step is flags. So an interesting thing about this loadout is that none of these towers actually have flying detection themselves. So you have to do some weird things to be able to survive the flyings. And this is why you need the extra base HP also, because without it you would not be able to tank as much as you're going to. As you can see here on wave 12, I tanked the whole wave because I'm not able to afford the level 3 swarmer. I'm off by just a little bit. There were times when I could afford it, but I have enough base HP to tank the balloons, so it's not necessary. Also, the reason I placed the swarmer like that is because when there's no enemies in range of the swarmer and you throw the bee-bomb, it'll throw it to a random spot in the range. But if the only spot in its range that is on the track is that little corner, then that's where it'll throw it, and it'll be guaranteed to hit the balloons when they cross that part. So for wave 17, I get another level 3 swarmer to help kill the breakers. And the reason I'm doing it on 4 seasons with breakers and not rec battlefield is because if you have mysteries, you're probably going to get balloons spawned, and those could kill you, and lead bosses could as well. So you just don't want to deal with mysteries, especially with swarmer, you know, circuits, leads, all that, flyings. It's just really bad. So that's why you want a map that is good like 4 seasons but does not have mysteries. This defends easily up until wave 20, where I have to sell the swarmers to be able to afford the tank to kill the 4 lead bosses, because 1 level 3 military base and 2 level 3 swarmers is not killing 4 lead bosses. However, you unlock the airstrike with level 4 military base as well, so you can use this to kill balloons, so you don't need to rely on swarmer for it anymore. And once you get tank, you're basically just clearing for the rest of the mid game, because level 4 military base is where you unlock the tank, and it just becomes so much better than the other levels. And from this point on, you're basically just good for the rest of the game. Literally didn't even need airstrike to kill wave 25 because I just got 2 tanks. Then for wave 36, I just got like some max swarmers, more level 3s, a bunch of tanks, and wave 36 was super easy. After killing the gravedigger, then I of course had to go for max military bases because they make the airstrike ability stronger and their damage themselves also becomes better. And I was going to need these for the lead balloons coming out on wave 39 because it's my only way to kill them. The airstrikes actually have a very large radius, as you can see, and killing lead balloons is actually like surprisingly easy for something that's not really meant to do it, just due to the large explosion, and they just carry a long like range. So lead balloons are not really a problem at all. I ended up maxing out all my military bases at the end of wave 40, and then I just spammed max swarmers after that. Here's how I did against wave 45. I didn't even have that much max swarmers, and this is one of the hardest waves in hardcore, and it honestly was just like not even hard at all. The only thing you really gotta worry about is speedy kings, but you just airstrike them and swarm really does the rest. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about circuits on this map, as I said, because breakers take the places of mysteries. The rest of the waves pretty much look the same from here and are pretty easy, except for wave 50 obviously. I just spam max swarmers until the limit and then just wait for wave 50 basically. So let's just cut to that. For wave 50, I mean, you only have 2 towers, there's not really much to focus on. Basically the main thing you worry about is killing soul bosses and speedy kings with airstrikes, and you're basically just microing airstrikes the whole time to help with the explosive damage and the wide radius, because Swarmer is better as a single target DPS tower. So that's basically what I'll just be doing the whole wave 50, microing Swarmers a bit, but mainly airstrikes. So yeah, I had spent multiple hours on this, and after I finally did this, it was a very nice achievement to complete because I honestly did not know if I'd be able to do this. It's a pretty hard challenge, I would say. But yeah, it felt very rewarding being able to do it. I was surprised I even spent all my money microwaving the military bases. I guess I was really focused on the airstrikes. But yeah, it's a pretty fun challenge. Would be way easier if the skill tree was still usable in hardcore, but that's okay. We like the challenge. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.